Hello everyone. Yes, we going to learn again for the GNS3 lab, and today we will configure the router or Cisco switch, and we will put the protection. Okay, and this protection I'm going to show the configuration is enable SSH. SSH is the protocol that you can remote to your Cisco switch or Cisco router, okay, from your own PC. Example, actually at the server room, you might rarely go inside to the server room, and if you don't want to go to the server room and you want to connect to your router or your switch, then you can use your PC to remote to Cisco switch or Cisco router. Okay, and this implementation I will show you how to do that. Okay, how to enable the SSH so that you can remote to your router or to your switch from your PC. Okay, you need to just sit down at your desk and then use your laptop or your PC to remote to the Cisco router or Cisco switch. Okay, so let's start on GNS3. Yeah, let's start on GNS3. I will put a new project name, enable SSH. Okay, I will take one router, Cisco router, and I will take one cloud. Okay, this cloud I'm going to configure for connecting from my own PC to the router one. Okay, I'm using loopback 1 adapter, and my loopback adapter IP address is 192.168.10.3. So I will plan for this IP address will be 192.168.10.1/24. I will assign this IP address to the router. Okay, I will use interface G0/0 and connecting to loopback 1. On my cloud, Ether2 is my loopback 1. If you don't know how to connect your loopback 1 to the cloud, please watch my previous video how to add interfaces, loopbacks, and Wi-Fi to your GNS3. So yeah, I have shown you already in my previous video. I will show the label. Okay. And this G0/0, I will assign this address. Then we'll link to the cloud with the loopback adapter. Let me ping to 192.168.10.1. Okay, let me put in a ping. Currently it's not connected to .1. Okay, it's not connected to .1. I will start the router and we will start configuration. Okay, let me right click console. Okay, let it booting the router. Okay, it's already finished booting. We go to enable config T. First of all, I will assign IP address. Okay, int G0/0 IP address 192.168.10.1. /24. Okay, no shutdown. Let's tracking the ping. Okay, currently is timeout. Now is reply from .1. It means that the interface of G0/0 on router 1 is already enabled. So I can ping from my PC. Okay, I can ping from my PC. Later on, I will use this putty to remote to 192.168.10.1. Okay, later I will remote from SSH. So now let's go back to router 1 configuration and go back to the diagram. Okay, on the diagram we will configure SSH. Okay, is it from the interface? To enable SSH, we need to give some commands. Okay, let's go to change the host name first. Host name, I will call it core router. Okay, and I will assign IP domain name bunta.com. Any any domain you like, or you have your own domain, you can assign your own domain to the router. Okay, and then you need to generate the security address. Okay, security key. You need to generate security key. Okay, by typing crypto key generate OSA. Sorry, key crypto key generate. My typing was wrong. And for the module bits, it say here it start from 360 to 4096. It means that if you type the 512, let's say 512 here, it means you are using the version 1.155 of the SSH. But if you use the bits of 12, 10, 24, it means you are using version 1.99. But we will switch it to version 2, SSH version 2. Okay, but I recommend to use 1024 bits. Okay, enter. It will be generate the OSA key. Okay, the security key. So now we have done, and then we upgrade it to IP SSH to version 2. Why? Because when you have only version 1.99, it means some of the telnet, or sorry, some of the SSH client could not connect to your router because of the different version. Okay, and then we go to line VTY04 and transport input SSH. Okay, we need to turn it to SSH and then go to login local. Then it's it. Now let's choose username and password for connecting to your router using SSH. I will assign username as admin and password, and password will be CISCO. Okay, and one more thing, I will also put the password for enable. Okay, but actually all the CISCO product, when you start configuration, you need to enable. Okay, so I will put the enable password sorry, for the enable password, I also use the Cisco password. My Cisco is I'm using Cisco as a password. Okay. We have done all the setting up SSH and enable password. Okay. But when you go to show run, let's go to down. You will see the password was not encrypted sometime. Okay, but I recommend it to use service password encryption. Why? Because when you do show run, it will be not showing the password. If you have enable password on your Cisco products, sometimes you will see all the password here. Okay, but when you use this command, it will be encrypting the password. If someone standing behind you and you show run, it will show the password to the person who's standing behind you. Okay, so the security reason, that's why we use the service password encryption. So now let's test by login from SSH using port T. I will try to connect SSH port 22. Yes, we could connect now. My username is admin. My password is Cisco. Enable password also Cisco. So now I can use my router using my PC. Let's say this router is located in your server room. I don't need to go to server room. I just remote from my PC using PuTTY. Okay, using PuTTY. Okay, I think that's all for my implementation. And if you have any questions and if you have any comments, just let me know, and you can comment it below the video. Okay, thank you for watching.